Hello everyone, I hope you're having a good morning. So I want to say hi to Lily. How are you doing? Hey there. Hello Hudson, how are you doing? Good to see everybody. Benjamin, hi. Nice to see you this morning. And Timothy, hi there. Good to see you. So we're going to start this morning and make sure that everybody's sitting quietly. Make sure that your parents, please get all the kids sitting on the floor with their hands in their laps, ready to listen, nice and quiet. So we can start listening to the Bible story that we have for this morning. We're talking today about the story of the disciples in the boat with Jesus. So if you want to look at the actual story in the Bible, it's in Mark 4:35 through 41. It was evening. It was getting close to time to go to sleep. Jesus was tired. He had been with lots and lots of people all day long. People wanted to be near him and hear him talk. Jesus' friends, the disciples, were nearby on the big lake. Their boats were in the water. Jesus said to them, "Let's go over to the other side of the lake." Jesus needed to rest. The disciples took Jesus out in the boat. See the boat right there? The disciples knew a lot about boats and about the lake. Some of them had been fishermen. Jesus went to the back of the boat to take a nap, so he was very tired. Suddenly, the wind twirled and whirled and swirled around the boat, and the waves crashed on the sides of the boat. See that in the picture there? Lots of waves. The boat was filling up with water. That's not good. And was tossed back and forth. The disciples were scared. Yeah, I'd be scared too. They didn't know what to do. Water was everywhere, and the boat was starting to go lower and lower into the water. It was going to sink. The disciples were afraid that they were going to die. Oh no! They were in big trouble. Then the men looked toward the back of the boat. I think they're looking towards the back here. Yep, they're all looking towards the back. I think Jesus might be back here, sleeping underneath. Where are we? Jesus was quietly sleeping. He was sleeping in the middle of a big storm. If I was in the middle of a big storm, I wouldn't probably be able to sleep. It'd be so noisy, I couldn't be able to hear it. The disciples cried, "Wake up, Jesus, save us! Don't you care that we are going to die?" Jesus got up. He looked at the waves and then he looked at the wind. Do you think he was scared? No, Jesus wasn't scared. Then he told the winds and the waves, "Quiet, be still." And it happened. The waves stopped hitting on the boat. The wind stopped blowing. The water was calm. It obeyed him. And then it looked like this. Then Jesus said to the disciples, "Why are you so afraid?" Jesus knew that they didn't trust him. Jesus is God. God made everything, even the wind and the waves. Nothing would hurt Jesus in the boat. Nothing would keep him from doing his work for God. The disciples didn't understand. "Who is Jesus?" they asked each other. "How can he do this? Even the wind and the waves obey him," they said. Who is Jesus? You guys know? Who is Jesus? He's God. Who will take care of you when you're afraid? Jesus will. The disciples learned a lesson that day. Jesus used the storm to teach them not to be afraid because Jesus was with them and he would take care of them. We know that Jesus is always with us now. Today, Jesus is with us all the time, even if we can't see him. So that's our story for today. And the next thing you are going to be able to do sometime this week, parents, you can take the craft that we're giving you. It's a boat, just like the one that Jesus and the disciples were in. And you can take it and just fold it in half. If the kids want to, they can cut it out too. That's up to them whether they can use the scissors or not. And so that's our craft for the week. You can even play with it while you're going through the parent take-home, which is right here. Now, it has a picture on the front, and you can explain this to the kids at home. Says the disciples were afraid of the stormy sea, and Jesus calmed the winds and the waves. So it's that picture that we had in the teacher aid a second ago. So take this and go over it during the week with your kids. On the other side, they have the Dear Parent, so you can read that yourself. And then the Bible story. So this is a condensed version of the story that we just talked about. You can read that to them. And this is a really important part. If we're here on the side, you'll see 4 catechism questions. So go over these with your kids and have them remember the answers. Memorize those. First one's who made you? And it's God. Second one is what else did God make? And God made all things. Third one, why did God make you and all things? It's for his own glory. And the fourth one is how can you glorify God? By loving him and doing what he commands. So go over those with your kids. And then the memory verse is right above it. It's a very simple one. Your word is truth. I think we've been going over it a little bit, but make sure you go over that with your kids. And it's John 17:17b. Your word is truth. And I think that's about it. Enjoy that, and we'll see you next week.